The Norwegian Cruise Line app, which was updated in August of 2021, has a lot of parts to it that are very useful, but it's also a little bit not user-friendly. So what this video is going to do is that I've combined together 7 videos. In those 7 videos, 4 of them are all the ways that you can use the app before you get on the cruise boat. It's going to help you download the app. It's going to help you check in, pre-book excursions, all those types of things. Then later in the video, it's going to help you when you get actually to embarkation, change the status of your app from pre-board to on-board. And once you figure that out, the steps of this video will then walk you through how to use the calling feature, the today's activities feature, all the different features of the app that are now available once you get on the ship. So sit back, get your popcorn, get comfortable, and watch this video, because in the end, you will know all about the Norwegian Cruise Line app. Now that Norwegian Cruise Line is sailing again, they're encouraging their guests to use the NCL app to check in, book excursions, shows, and meals, as well as view guest schedule events once on board. Let's begin in your app store. Very important. Make sure you're downloading the correct app. There are many with similar shape or color background. These may be scams. Once the app is downloaded, if you have a username and password from the NCL website, you can log in here. If not, you'll need to create one. Let's look at the features of the app. At the top right is the countdown to your cruise. To the left of it is your cart, which will hold anything you're purchasing, such as upgrades or excursions. The envelope is one of the ways that NCL will communicate with you. Check this often for important updates. Finally, the heart is where you flagged an excursion or event that you're interested in, but you have not put it in your cart for purchase yet. In the top left corner, there are 3 lines. By clicking on the lines, a pop-out will open showing 4 options. Home takes you back to the main page. The vacation summary shows your stateroom information and a map and calendar of your ports. Check-in is where you'll check in your whole party. I'll show you how to do this in the next video in this series. The help section shows your latitude information and any NCL help contact numbers you may need. Back at the main page, if you scroll up, you'll see all the fun stuff. All of your choices for booking, such as excursions and dining, entertainment, gifts, casino tournaments, spa, and upgrades to your current packages. I'll show you how to book these things in the 3rd video in this series. Norwegian is really encouraging guests to do their check-in on the app versus bringing in paper copies of documents to embarkation. Before you begin, grab passports for everyone in your party and have a passport-type picture of each person on your phone or your device. Let's begin on the main page of the app. Click on the 3 bars in the top right corner, which causes a pop-out. In the list, choose Online Check-in. First thing you'll notice are the names on the tabs in Online Check-in. You will be doing a separate check-in for every person in your party. You will also notice there are 8 sections in each person's check-in that has to be completed. When a section is completed, a green check will be added to the section. You will only need to return to the check sections if you need to update or change information. Section 1 is personal information, which includes full name, date of birth, email address, gender, and if you've ever cruised before. Section 2 is contact information, such as mailing address, phone number, and an emergency contact of someone not traveling with you. Section 3 is proof of citizenship, where you'll be entering your nationality, passport number, and expiration date of passport. Section 4 is the travel information. This is where you will tell Norwegian if you are flying or driving to the cruise. If flying, Norwegian wants your flight information. Don't worry if you're like us and have not booked your flights yet. You can skip this or any other incomplete section and come back to them at a later date. Section 5 is add-ons. This is where you can buy travel insurance, or it's another location on the app where you can upgrade your drink package or your Wi-Fi. Section 6 is onboard payment. This is where you'll enter the credit card they'll be used for your onboard charges. Norwegian is adamant they do not want cash being used on the ship. 2 things to note. 1. Once you've entered the information for one person, you can click a box and use the same credit card information for all the rest of your party. And 2, an option is now to get a paperless statement of all your charges, which will allow you to see your charges on this app versus standing in line at customer service during your trip. Section 7 is a biggie. This is the section where you will acknowledge that you are aware that to be able to cruise a Norwegian cruise ship, you have to be vaccinated. You will also provide here proof that you are vaccinated. Third, you will also acknowledge that you're willing to take a COVID test at embarkation and randomly and at will of the ship. Here you will also upload your picture. Note, this section will not get a green check mark when you've completed everything. Norwegian will be adding information as it comes available and up to 21 days before your cruise ship. So make sure you come back here at the earliest 20 days before and complete whatever has been added to Section 7. Section 8 is where you electronically sign your Norwegian Cruise Line guest contract. The booking process on the app is basically the same for excursions, dining, entertainment, gifts, spa, casino tournaments, and upgrades. Excursion booking is the most complex though. If you can master booking an excursion, you'll have no problem with anything else you want to book on the app. To book an excursion, you begin by opening the app and scrolling through the pretty pictures on the main page to the picture labeled Shore Excursions. For my cruise, when I click on the Excursions button, the app gives me a list of 120 different excursions, all mixed up with no rhyme or reason in their sorting order. For me, I like to look at excursions in a group for a specific port. To do this, click the Refine button below the cruise countdown counter. Once the Refine button's clicked, you'll see a list of each day of your ports for your cruise. If you click on a port day and then click Done, you will only see a list of the excursions offered in that port. I like to have a variety of different types of excursions during my cruise. What's nice about the app is while you're going through the list of excursions, now sorted by port, you can make a preliminary list of excursions you may like. To do this, when you come across an excursion that looks interesting, you can click the heart outline at the bottom right corner of the excursion picture. By clicking the heart, it will turn gray. Then keep looking at more of the excursions and clicking more hearts. When you complete looking at all the excursions that are offered, you can find your list of clicked excursions at the blue heart at the top left corner of the app. To book an excursion, click on the excursion picture. Then scroll up to the Select Your Details. Here you'll choose a language, the date and time of your excursion. Then scroll further up to see the list of people in your party. Click the box next to the name of the people who want to go on this particular excursion. Then click Add to Cart. Your cart is located on the top of the app next to the cruise countdown. Click your cart to see all the excursions that are ready to be purchased. Click Proceed to Payment. Follow the instructions to pay for your excursion. Note, excursions or anything else you book before the cruise have to be paid for with the credit card at the time of booking. You've been using the Norwegian app for all of your pre-boarding needs. Now what happens when you board the boat? The app will update itself once you're in range of the NCL Wi-Fi to its onboard format. The app more than likely will convert itself when it recognizes the NCL Wi-Fi. If not, you may have to go to the App Store or Google Play on your device and manually update. Here's a suggestion. While sitting around in the COVID testing results area for 30 minutes to 3 hours, depending on how long your ship takes, this will be a good time to open everyone in your party's NCL app so the app can change to the Onboard Mode, since you know everyone will have their device out while they're killing time waiting for the results. Very important. When you open the app in the Onboard Mode for the first time, you will get a pop-up saying, do you want the app to send you notices, etc. You have to say yes here if you want to use the chat feature. If you say no, you will not get text from the chat feature and you will not be notified when somebody is calling you until the call has changed into a missed call. In the What's Happening section, you will see all the events that will be happening on the ship for the next 24 hours. Including in the schedule will be your reservations, as well as port arrival and departure information. This section in the app replaces the freestyle daily that used to be delivered to your room each day. In the Onboard Charges section, you'll be able to see all the charges that have been charged to your account while you've been on board the minute they are charged. In the Chat section, all guests will have the ability to text and call each other while they're on their ship through the NCL app. There is a one-time fee for this service. Guests can also use this service to call off-ship for a per-minute price. The Favorites section works the same as it did in the pre-boarding mode. In it, you'll see anything that you've marked at a heart, whether it's the casino or a reservation or an excursion. Something to note, you can choose not to pay for the chat feature and still be able to use the other features such as What's Happening and Onboard Charges. Also, the chat feature does not use your Wi-Fi package that you purchased for use on the ship. To use the chat feature on the NCL app, you'll need to pay $9.95 US per device for unlimited use on the ship for calls and texts to other people on the ship. The chat will also allow you to call and receive calls from people not on the ship for a 79 cents US per minute fee. These charges will show up on your online charges section of the app. Save yourself a huge hassle and purchase the chat feature for the adults in your party before you do for the minors in your group. The minors account need to have a direct approval from an adult in the same account to be activated. So you have to have an adult account to activate the minors account. Important, each device that's paid the one-time chat fee will be given a new unique phone number that will only be good for the duration of the voyage. If you want to receive calls from people not on the ship, you will need to give them this new number. Just a reminder, there's a 79 cents US per minute rate to make or receive calls from people not on the ship. The chat feature on the NCL app works just like a regular cell phone. You will create a contact list with all the new numbers of the people in your party or people that you want to exchange texts and calls with. You can text or call just like you do on a normal cell phone. You will also receive voicemails from missed calls like you would on a normal cell phone. Just a reminder, if you did not agree to allow the NCL app to send you notices when you first open the app in Onboard Mode, you will not get text. You will only be notified of calls also once they've changed into voicemails and you open the app manually. The What's Happening section of the NCL app replaces the freestyle daily that used to be placed in your room every day. This section will list all of the activities with their locations on board the ship that'll be happening for the next 24 hours. It will also include all of the times the ship will arrive and leave a port. The What's Happening section will be personalized to include all the reservations that you've made up until this point. Inside the What's Happening section is the Explore and Plan tab. This is a very helpful feature. By clicking the select category and then choosing, for example, dining, you'll be able to see what restaurants still have reservation openings. You can also choose the category Excursions and see what excursions are still available at certain ports. The Onboard Account feature allows you to see all of your charges to your account in real time. You'll be able to confirm payment of your account to the credit card on file through this feature also. Thus, no more standing in line at customer service to get your bill on the day before you disembark. Very important to note, all devices associated with the same credit card which you gave in check-in will see all the charges made in real time. So, for example, if hubby is trying to buy a surprise gift for his loving wife and they're on the same card, she will see the charge the minute it is made. Thus, plan wisely which card you provide at check-in for which person. Now, if this video was helpful for you on the Norwegian Cruise Line app, check out these other videos and they'll help you plan more for the rest of your trip.